Right, another video in a really important blog for a lot of members and Mark 1 owners alike. Now, I have discovered a couple of things on this car, to say the least, I'm not happy with, and quite a few of them things have been removed. However, one thing that a lot of Mark 1 owners, I'm afraid, I advise to check. It's not like I want you to do this, it's for your own safety. And it's a problem that I've known about for some time. This car's going to have the work done. So, you may observe, yep, brake, fuel and vapour line clips. There's 4 of them, and they go all the way down the car. When you remove the front subframe, this is the best opportunity of doing this job. Now, I have previously stone chipped a lot of this underside and undersealed it. Now, I've been going over with loads of petrol and loads of rags and Scotch-Brite to clean the pipes, to inspect them, because I forgot the reason why I actually did it in the first place. And I've got to be honest, I put my hands up, I was trying to cover something up. These brake pipes, by the way, these clips, they are non-obtainable no more. Okay, every Mark 1 has them, and they sit like this in the car. You can prize the pipes out. I mean, we've got the 2 brake lines, we've got 2 fuel lines, and then we've got the vapour line. Now, in the centre, you have this clip that sits like that. It sits inside, flush, okay, and it pushes up against a little screw on the underside of the car. Okay, now I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of tools. If I just go into my arsenal. Now, forgive me, I can't do this more than one-handed. This screwdriver, okay, get a big flathead screwdriver and put this in where you see these notches at 3 and 6, have a look out for them. Put your screwdriver in dead straight like that, and then turn, okay, anti-clockwise. Now, what I want you to do when you're doing that is you have to do one hand with the screwdriver anti-clockwise, lefty loosey, and one with a pick to pry this out just a little bit. When you've got enough of an exposure of a ledge, you then get a little pry bar in, and with, again, the combination of turning and pushing outwards, the clip will come out. But be careful, because you're going to have to go to a breaker if you break any of this. So these are going to be cleaned up. And that's allowed me to get access to all these pipes. Now, what this has allowed me to do is to have all these wobbling around. You see those rusty, bloody clips they sit on? Yeah, there was actually a little bit of corrosion underneath a few of the mounting points. But that's okay, because I've got to be honest, I think these are all going to have to be removed. I'm going to probably end up doing the whole thing. So the reason why I've now... honestly, I've got to bleed the brakes and everything. I didn't want to be doing this, but there's a reason. And it is something you need to be reminded about, because unfortunately the brake pipes can rot in the clips. Now, I've seen something that some people would just brush off. I'm not happy. Where is it now? It was the second clip. There you go. I'm sorry it won't focus. Yep. Rotten in the clip. These brake pipes are going to have to come out, and I'm going to copper nickel them. So that's my next job. It's relatively easy, but it's going to be awkward because everything was exposed at the back when I did the rear suspension. Now I've got to disturb things. But you got to do it. You got to do it. To straighten the brake pipes, get copper nickel and get a brake pipe to straighten, and they'll be relatively straight. They're not going to be OEM, but they can't remain on the car. Now I've seen that. Now, some people might just turn a blind eye and spray a bit of paint over, and that's what I did years ago. And it, to be fair, it hasn't burst on me. But brake pipes, when they get like that, no chance, not at all. In fact, I've got one of the vapor lines already. Those of you who know, that is the fuel vapor line. I already removed that because it was quite easy. I didn't want to remove disturbed fuel and braking systems, especially as the car is bled at the back, but I've got to bleed it anyway. So, well, there you go, guys. You've got to be wary about this. Check your brake pipes where they sit in the clips, because it isn't going to be nice. It will mean that the subframe has to be dropped in order to access a couple of fittings, namely these two. Because the subframe is here and it's very tight against these pipes, this is where I'm going to be making my new lines from. I can't remember which one is which, but I think that might be the right hand side and that's the left hand rear. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to make them in copper. What I will do is I'll try and get some paint made up of that, and I suspect I know someone who will have the right paint code. So there you go, guys. Check your brake pipes. It might just save your life. A nice new brake line. I'll put in. There we go. Done. Just have to bend the filter out the way. Brand new filter. Anything else? No. Got that. There we go. Out you come. Let's have a look at you. It's a shame because it's mostly really good pipe. By the way, as it goes back on the car, it's left for left, right for right. That's how they go on, because they're both like that, and then both the ends are pointing. Bugger. Now this one, this pipe, is not too bad, to be honest. This pipe could go back on the car, but I'll make my mind up about that, because this one is bad in this position. I mean, now I've seen some that look worse than this, and they absolutely, they go thick, then they go thin, then they go thick again. But if I could just put my fingers at the back of that. This line, scabby. I'm just looking at the put. Yeah, you see, it's gone there. You see, this one's also. I mean, that's not much. If I just put something behind, there we go. See what I mean? Yeah, I'd rather not. But I'm going to keep these two pipes. Don't put brake fluid on the car, Andrew. And I'm going to use them as templates to make brake pipes. Welcome to Mark 1 Restorations. This has turned into a restoration. And this is a bit of a cautionary tale for every owner of a Mark 1 Focus. This might be in your car as well. Not all. Mr. Ink's got good pipes, I've checked. But unfortunately for everybody else, you're going to have to check. Welcome to the real world of Mark 1 Restorations. If you put off, well done. Because I don't want you getting into Mark 1 ownership if you're not prepared to deal with this kind of thing. No. That counts most old cars as well, by the way. So, yeah. And to all those people who would say, well, wouldn't the MOT tester spot that? No, because it's rotting in the clip, not exposed on the outside of the clip. Although I would say there would be evidence to the MOT tester's eye with that example that there would be something up. But often they just rot in the clip, which is no more than 5-6 millimeters in length where they sit. And it will rot in that position. The MOT tester ain't going to see it. And he can't touch it because he's a tester. You can't remove things as a tester. And it will just be rotting very slowly
and then it will burst one day. So